HILARI. That's the homie named Sade. Her name Sade. Oh, you switched my beat on me. Hey, it's the F effect, and we. Okay. Hi.
It's a
Tuesday. What's going on, co-host? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. Welcome, y'all. Good day. It's been a good day.
It's been a hellified day, busy day. We got a lot of great things happening in the city this weekend.
Fun times. And by the city, we mean Denver, Colorado.
Yes. So if you are tuning in from somewhere else, come to the D. That's what he said. You're going to be hearing me say that all night.
Not come to the D.
Come to the D.
For sure.
What woman doesn't want to be talked to like that?
Whoa. You just going to jump right in full effect?
Come to the D.
I mean, it's a little raunchy and raw, but you know, hey. But what's up, man? Happy Tuesday. Ready to talk some football, some foolery.
Yes.
And of course, you know, we always got to hit you a little fashion tidbit.
Yes, we do.
But first, I know, y'all, it's been a long day. It's a little late. We've had to step away from our adult beverages. However, I know you got one.
Of course.
Special one.
Of course. You know, I want to say this drink is called Rated X.
Ooh.
Because it's so sweet, it's nasty. It's just nasty. No, literally, it is sweet. This is not a cocktail of interest. This is actually a wine. It's a port wine. And so I want to give you guys a little bit history of a port wine and why it's a port wine. So port wines have a higher content of alcohol. They are super sweet, and it comes from the region of Portugal. Mm-hmm. And so to get the wine from Portuguese to England back in the day, they used to fortify the wine with brandy. Mm. So anybody who really is a port wine connoisseur would be like, oh my gosh, it reminds me of a smooth brandy. Because, hey, it is almost. Just as of today, they do no longer fortify the wine with brandy, but you still get the essence of it. So that's why I said this one is rated X. It's so sweet, it's nasty.
So sweet, it's nasty. Hope that's a good nasty.
Great. It's a dessert wine. So if you're into dessert wines,
I love a good wine. Yeah.
Try it in a chocolate shot cup. You know, spice it up with your boo.
Okay.
In the tub. Obviously, you see where my head is at.
Totally.
So
from X-rated to every girl wants the D or come to the D. Sheesh, Louise. Calm down over there. No, what a dope drink. Check it out if you can get a hold of a port wine. Again, I like my wine fine, red, a little sweet, but not too sweet. So, I'd love to check one of those out. But let's get into some football. Let's talk some football. So,
preseason is in full effect.
All the way in effect. Like, I can't believe how quick football came around. I'm like, is this earlier than normal? But I think it's just all the other sports have kept us afloat. So, I'll let you guys go. What did your team do? What's your team? The Broncos.
Yeah, I think everybody's been excited to watch the Broncos because they took over the win 33-6 over Minnesota. Might I say we looked good? No, really, Drew Lock. Did you tell me to pipe her down?
I did. It said it's preseason.
It's preseason?
Just pipe her down. It's okay. Keep going. Well, I'm not going to mess up your
Lock threw for 2 touchdowns, totaling 151 yards, had a hellified pass.
That's your quarterback, right?
Well, we're still deciding that. Teddy also threw for 1 touchdown, had 5 different snaps. And we don't know yet, but we look good. And according to the NFL Network, guess what, homie? We're in the top 9 defenses to be on the lookout for.
Top 9?
Top 9.
What number?
Top 9. We in the top 9.
Let's get where from 1 to 9 are y'all at?
We at 8.
Okay.
We at 8.
Why does that seem like that was, you didn't want to tell me that? Because I just wanted to know, are y'all number 1 or y'all number 9?
You know, we're number 8.
Okay.
And like I told you, You know, we plan to come for y'all. I say 1-1 this season. 1-1.
Oh, is that you want? You want to put a little bet on it in front of the people?
Do we put a bet on it in front of the people? We gonna play y'all horde. That's all I'm gonna say. Horde.
About time, folks. 1-1. It's been what? 6 years? 5 years?
It is.
Since Peyton Manning was here, since you actually beat us. Absolutely. Just hasn't been any given Sunday.
You're right. We've been rebuilding.
Nice.
About to rebuild on that ass.
Nice. We've been rebuilding too. And somehow we've still seemed to come out on top. But I'm glad y'all had a good game. Y'all won.
We did. Can I also say something else?
Sure.
Man, shout out to Peyton Manning and Steve Atwater for being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Nice.
You know, if I wasn't mistaken, Steve, we all know why Peyton Manning was inducted. You know, he's the GOAT. He's one of them. But then a lot of people might not remember Steve Atwater, or they might, because his hit goes down in NFL's one of the greatest hits. Right? But can you fill me in? Who did he hit?
I don't know.
He hit someone.
I know he's great. I tell you that. People know who Steve is. The people know Steve. Now I don't. What hit are you referring to?
I'm referring to the hit on Christian Okoye. Stopped him in his tracks. Put him to sleep. You better act like you know.
He did knock him. He did
put him on the map. Really?
Hellified hit.
And put him on the map.
Hellified hit.
Now remember Christian Okoye. Not Christian Okoye, but Steve Atwater. He hit so hard he done broke his shoulder.
Yeah, I think he hurt himself one time. Twice. That's how tough and rough he be coming.
Luckily, we didn't have that clip, but
he did. It's history.
He did.
It's history. You feel me?
He'll knock your own play. He hit so hard, he knocked his own player out.
You should be proud to highlight those two individuals. Shout out to both Peyton and Steve. You know, Hall of Famers. As they deserve it. I said it. They deserve it.
Hate man.
I ain't hate. Shout out to your Broncos. Hey, are you done?
I am. What you
no more Bronco news? Nothing else to inform us about? Okay. Let's talk about Chiefs. Let's talk about Chiefs. No, for real, it's not too much. You know, it's preseason. I'm not getting too excited. The Chiefs did defeat the San Francisco 49ers in a preseason game, 19-16. My QB only played, I think maybe 2, maybe even just 1 series he got out there, then he's Patrick, so a little this. I think he went 3 for 4, something like that.
Oh, that's what.
But again, he wasn't there too long. Like most preseasons, we're not playing starters. However, our starting offensive line, which I told you we've been in the kitchen cooking, which we put together, looked amazing. They looked amazing. I'm excited because that is our missing piece. That is a huge reason why we lost the Super Bowl. And so to see this O-line come out.
Oh, because your guy couldn't do all the dancing he was doing before.
He still did some dancing. He still did some tiptoeing, went down, steal balls. I'm just saying.
He's James Browning out there on niggas.
And he's going to continue to do that, but it helps when you have an O-line that can, allow you to do what you need to do so you don't have to dance too much, More of a two-step.
I feel almost like he likes to do a little pop and lock and next. That's what
he does. He looks good at doing it. Speaking of him and what he looks good at doing, he is really, really something. No, Sade, let's just, sorry guys, I know you're like, here we go with the Chiefs and Patrick. Can you blame me? So this young man with all this money comes to the town. He continues to be great, invest in the soccer team, shows that he's going to be around. What does he do? From Texas, he missed his favorite restaurant, Whataburger. And now he's bringing it to Kansas.
Let me tell you something.
What a great young man.
No.
What he's doing for us.
No.
For our city.
I'm what I'm going to call it. There is food
economic development
that is happening out here. We don't need another damn burger joint on not a damn corner.
You're missing the point.
Not
the jobs that he's bringing.
Bring some water salad. Bring me a water salad. With a burger option.
Here's the thing, I don't disagree with that. I'm sure he's right around the corner with a little smoothie, a little shop that he's gonna bring. But in the meantime, he's bringing Whataburger, and I think it's just dope. Like I think it's bigger than Whataburger, more than it's just the investment that he is making to this city to show He's going to be around for a while. He's going to be around for a while.
He got jobs for you, too. Where at? And Whataburger.
Whataburger. I'm sure he's starting way above minimum wage. I'm sure
what is it in Texas?
I'm sure it is. Well, we're in Kansas.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, can you put some respect on it? We're in Kansas.
825. 825.
It ain't no 820. Jokes. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Anybody working for 825, you need to call your local governor. I don't know who you call. That's not even acceptable.
No, don't be making fun of Fred. There might be some people out there that's making that.
Y'all, you're worth more than that. You're worth more than that. Anywho, shout out to Patrick Mahomes for bringing, like I said, more jobs, just more. Yeah, again, the food selection might not be the best, but again, he's vowing to have, I think, like 23 locations throughout. Don't sleep on us like we just we big. He might have some
on
all
the Missouri
way
side. Oh, he gonna have like 19 of them in the Missouri side.
And that's okay. As long as Kansas side gets a couple. And we
Make sure the dot get one.
We will. The dot gonna have one right in the middle. And then also, before we just step away, I think you wanted to talk about this story because you were impressed, right?
You know, I can't hate, but I'm like, are you busy? Are you tired? You're dancing, you're tiptoeing, you own the soccer teams. Now you got Whataburgers.
New baby.
Yeah, new baby. Mm-hmm. And then what's next? He has a tennis shoe. It looks like coming out by Adidas.
All day out.
And I think, look,
Adidas. I'm happy for him. I think it's dope too, and it's such a strategic move because I think Adidas, like a lot of soccer shoes are Adidas too, so now he can like
crossover.
Yeah, crossover, give his team shoes. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes now has his first shoe. He said it's been a while in the making.
Yep.
Yeah, it fits him. You
super excited about the moment. He said he was super excited. He's been dreaming of this for a kid. But I mean, does every athlete gotta have a tennis shoe?
I mean, I think it's the goal. I think when you become an athlete, you want to be, you know, poster child. You want to be on everyone's wall, and you want to have your own shoe.
Didn't Lorenzo Ball have a tennis shoe? That was like $400-500.
He did. He did. I think he tried to do that independently and something. It did work. But yeah, I mean, most guys, the goal is, you know, when you get it big, you want to have a shoe. So I'll get off my Chiefs toots. But shout out to Patrick Mahomes doing big things. Shout out for you and all that you're doing. This is his year. I mean, he's living in the moment. He is an example of riding it while it's hot. So, shout out to you.
Milk it.
Milk it.
Don't ever have to spend any of your NFL money.
Nah, not with endorsement money and shoe money.
Like, I got long money. It's that bubble gum money.
He got long money. And making sure that he's, long money. So, shout out to you.
And since we're talking about some long money, can we get a shout out to Jamal Adams, the safety for Seattle, of being one of the highest paid safeties on record?
That's pretty great.
That's a $70 million contract worth $72 million. So yeah, I think that's pretty dope. You know, outside of that, who held that was, you know, Justin Simmons with the Broncos. He was up there, so I had to put that out there.
Nice.
You know, but
Justin's
like, I think that's dope.
Yeah. It's crazy how they always come up with these new, the highest. Like, it's always the highest. Next year it'll be another one, the highest paid.
Inflation.
It's just a lot of money going around
Man,
out here.
They paid that Lions quarterback.
Yeah, Matt. Was it Schaefer?
Yeah, no, I don't even remember the guy's name. Is he still in the league?
Somebody
they paid him like some crazy, and he got injured,
broke off,
or he didn't perform, or he didn't do what he needed to do. That's what happens.
What else is happening in the sports world? Listen, you know, football wise, did you get to watch or see any other preseason games or check in? Kind of. Yeah. I saw a few. You know, I don't know how I saw y'all. I feel like just because of the region, I got to sit and watch the Broncos. So I saw a little bit of something around me. Why you looking like that? Okay. I saw a little bit of something around y'all. I did see, there was another game that really stood out for me. I'll come back to it. But talking about Cam Newton. he's kind of.
His name in a minute.
How have you not? Cam's kind of
Cam.
saying like, listen, I still don't know if I'm the starter, folks. Like he doesn't know if he's starting in New England. He's dealing with their rookie, which is Matt Jones, and he's been saying he kind of went to the media and said, "Hey, I know what y'all know, and whatever y'all know, I know." So I know he's trying, but I did see he did pretty good in his first season. Again, he wasn't out there too long, but I also saw him in the practice. They were throwing him in the practice wheel, and he was really killing it. So
is that his hair?
Yes, it is. Okay. It is. So I'm just, very interested to see how the season will kick off. I know you just said you guys aren't really 100 who your quarterback will be, and it's, Cam is kind of in that same boat. He doesn't know. Will he be starting? Will he be not? I do hear that he is like up for it, like he's looking good as being the starter, but got a little competition, but these youngins is bringing it. They are bringing it. So shout out to Cam Newton. I really hope he can, stamp his position as starting quarterback. Oh,
it's like when you were hot, and now you're not.
Yeah, I know. This is the game. I don't know how I slipped in my bag, co-host, but Tim Tebow.
Yeah. It's been released.
But even his game, that he made some horrible decisions out there, some horrible things. So you didn't watch that game either? Okay. Horrible decisions. I just felt like even watching it, I immediately got upset. Like, how the hell is Tim Tebow back in the league? He didn't even look like a good performer out there. And so now him being released, I'm like, we all probably knew this was happening. So it just made me think, like, what position has anyone ever been able to walk into by having no experience in it? Has that ever happened? Can we talk? I can't even think of one.
No, I think there was the guy back in the day with the Bears that they made a movie on. I can't make this up.
He just came in.
He just walked on the field.
Okay, that went off. But seeing this really infuriated me. Like, Tim Tebow.
Privilege.
It's such a privileged move. And now I'm like, so what's going to happen next? Do you think, like, maybe they cut him and then he'll be coaching? Can you see him on the coaching team?
No, I think that would be offensive. Like, you're going to cut him and now you're going to bring him on here? No, you go ahead and keep doing what you've been doing.
Well, it could have been the ultimate play because he's never coached. So maybe now,
I don't want you to be coaching me.
I don't want him to, but I'm just saying, like, they got so much love for him over there and his privilege, as you just stated. But yeah,
I can probably see him coming, making him like a general manager. No, you better not. That would be ridiculous.
Though. I guess that's my question. Like, how did he even get back to the field? Because now he's cut. Like, I just am like, man, it just made me think that there's so many other people, so many other players, that, again, still haven't got picked up. And you got Tim Tebow. And it's just like he out there just, here's something to do. And then I'll get cut. Like, did you even take it serious? Yeah, I don't know. It just was one of those where I was like, I hated seeing that. So, those were the few little games I was able to kind of tap into. Again, it's preseason. I'm sure you're like me. I check out the Chiefs, but I'm not really too attentive to all the other preseason games. I'm like, let's go September 12th, which is when the regular season kicks off. So, we'll be looking forward to that.
I'm looking this year to see what we do in this preseason. I think it's very imperative to see who's going to step up, who's not.
Particularly for the Broncos?
Particularly for the Broncos.
For the Broncos. I think I always watch the home team, but
I think I'm anxious to see what the Broncos do against the Rams because they're predicted to have one of the best defenses in the league this year. So I'm interested what their fellas do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, enough of that talk. Some more sports. Let's see what's happening. I know we were gone a couple weeks. Shout out to the Olympics. Let's see, women's basketball and men's basketball. Got gold. Women's volleyball got their first Olympic gold.
Listen, the U.S. dominated.
We did.
If you come and rank it up with golds, bronze, silvers. We ended with 113
yeah.
over China's 88, coming to Japan's 58. And so we're the best. We're the best. And have been for years.
So does that mean we should all be proud to be Americans? Proud?
No. I don't. That's a good question. Because there's so many things that are happening on our soil that makes me question sometimes the direction. I am grateful for the title of me being an American provides me of the privilege that I have, right? But does privilege equate to being proud? I can't say it does.
Got you.
Oh, they just go put up the flag. Nah, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunities that I have been provided.
Red, 100%. White, and blue. Yeah, well, shout out to the U.S. dominating and killing in the U.S. Or in the Olympics. Again, it was a proud moment, you know, like, yeah, we top, we above all of y'all. Not like that, but we the best. So yeah, I thought it was good stuff. And then I saw that I think the U.S. women's basketball team set a record for having like the most 7 golds as a team, but like people some of the ladies on the team like had up to 5 gold medals, which was like the most individual medals, which means 5 years, like the Olympics is every 4 years, right? Every 4, that's 20 years. Some of these ladies been balling, right?
I would be wondering on the other side as a team, like, how do I compete when I can't even beat the women's basketball team? Like, how do you plan against that?
What do you mean I can't even beat?
Well, right now, nobody is taking the title. So I'm like, how do you like plan for that?
Got you. You're just saying because they're so good. I'm like,
do you give up? Do you just never really show up and do your best?
Nah, you show up and give your best, like you said, any given day. But they're just showing where they're better. They're better. I think you got to play every game like you can possibly win, right? But because one day maybe they'll fall, but it's not looking like it anytime soon. So in staying with sports, so you saw the interview with Naomi.
You mentioned it.
What's her last name?
Asuka.
Yeah.
Don't judge us.
Don't judge us, because I would mess up a name all the time. So Naomi is the very talented young tennis player. Just last night, she had came back from taking her break away from the media, and she had her first press conference. And yeah, poor baby. One of the journalists asked her a question in regards to paraphrase it, it was pretty much like, hey, not even like welcome back or anything, just first question out the gate. So you got a problem with the media? With us.
It's aggressive.
And talking with us. And again, I'm paraphrasing. It wasn't direct like that, but it was very similar to, so you got a problem with the media with talking to us. However, you use the media when pushing your other avenues, I guess, outside of tennis or whatever else you want to do. So how do you pick and choose when you want to show up and talk to the media? And after that question, she went dead silent. I'm talking about dead, like this. Dead. See, you couldn't. You had to do a little laugh. It went longer than that. It was like 90 seconds of dead silence. And she did a lot of And so some nice person tried to slide in and said, you know what? We're going to go to the next question. And Naomi said, no. It's a very interesting perspective.
She tried to adult it. She
said, can you ask the question again? This time around, he asked the question. I think he put something it was a little bit more polished. And she answered it. So it could be perceived that she took some time to gather her thoughts, and she answered it very well. She said, I don't have a problem with this media outlet. It's more of the timing of the media, as well as her saying that since 13, she's had this light on her, and, that pressure of not only being a tennis player, but then like her background and who she is, and, her connection with her father and her mother in Haiti, and, says she's still trying to figure out how to deal with it, and so that ended that. And so she took a breath. And then the next question came. The lady said, I'm going to ask you a question about tennis. And her head went down and a tear fell. And the hat came over her head real tight. And she kind of just got into a very, a shell and just started crying. And they had to stop the whole interview. And she walked off. As a person watching it, I was very uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable because, again, I still look at her and I see this young lady. But yeah, it brings up the question, there's been, I think immediately after this happened, her publicist said to the bully, talking about the journalist, called him a bully and said, that's the reason why athletes don't want to participate in media. And really spoke on you didn't even ask her about tennis. You come out and you make this comment and to say that she strays away. Basically the moral of the story is that she called the reporter a bully. And so now it's okay, well, was he a bully or was he just doing his job and asking the questions that sometimes we may feel like is not appropriate, but that was a journalist question. I don't know. So it's all of that right now. Cause me, I'm oh, poor Naomi. And some people are suck it up. This is your job. You have to do interviews. And I don't think that she was really upset or crying because of her doing the interview or the media. I think it was more because her mom was probably here we go. I'm still getting ragged on for a decision I made months ago.
Mental health is a serious thing though. I mean, it could be she's still suffering from that. Right? And not being ready to address it. And we just don't give grace. But she wanted to answer that question.
She did. Now, that's the key thing. It came back around.
You put yourself out there to answer the question like you answer it.
Yeah.
And so, too, as an athlete, sometimes you're built for this or you're not. I thought as an athlete, you condition yourself for this environment. Even if it's media or not. And if you can't do it, you say that you can't.
Yeah.
Right? And and then it's the backlash. I feel the media, right? I am here to ask the questions that people are afraid to ask. You stepped away saying that the media was too harsh. I'm going to ask that. Now, maybe, should it have been the first question? Maybe not. But yeah, people want to know. People want to know. People want to know. And so at that level, that platform, as people are looking up to you, that's some of your responsibility. And if that is not what you want to do, then you need to set that in your media clause up front. Your agent, your manager needs to say, we're not doing, any more interviews prior or after, or it's just really depending on the endorsements, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a sticky one. I feel you. I feel a lot of those points. It sucks because it is a part of your job. And, that's as being an athlete, you have to answer questions. You have to do media. I'm with you. Maybe it's a clause that she can say, don't ask me these kind of questions because media is a part of it. You are going to get interviewed.
Unless you Marshawn Lynch. Right, because remember, he didn't do any.
But I think he got fined for every time he didn't. And that's the thing.
Cool,
maybe
he got his reward in the end, and he
she get her rate up. Maybe she can just pay the
Pepsi
fines.
Commercial of not saying nothing.
Yeah, I think there is that option to pay the fine. I just don't know if she's there because that's a lot of fine paying. But yeah, I'm with you. It is mental health, but I do think we as a people, just as where we're at, we will beat a horse. We will beat a horse. What's the term? Beat a dead horse. Dang, I don't think that question you said, yeah, that's something I want to know. And I'm why? At this point, she done stepped away. We've talked about it. We've identified she has mental health issues, all of that. And that's just the first question. And you didn't even put a little bit of tact. He could have put a little bit of grace on it. Well, you don't talk. You talk in that realm when it helps you in other stuff. Why not talk here? He could have said that
He was being a prick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could have said it so different. So to that end, I'm not saying he's a bully, but it was come on. Where's the grace? Where's the grace that she is an athlete? She has already publicly said there's some mental health things that she's dealing with. Yeah, just have a little tact. We just don't give people enough grace. We just go so hard. That's just the world we in. We cut you off.
Cancel culture.
We cancel you out. We do everything.
No,
we make you feel bad. We beat you when you're down.
I'm still mad about the baby.
Yeah.
I'm still mad about the canceling of the baby.
Moment.
That is his opinion.
Sorry,
I know we have to bring it up.
Switch
Sorry. Because you hit a nerve. We're in this cancel culture environment. Just because he, again, says he doesn't suck penis, right? Or put your match in the air, lighter in the air for that. Like, that doesn't mean he's a bad person. That just means that's his preference of something he does not do. And if you don't do that, put a lighter up. What is that wrong?
You can't get over that, right?
I just want to know, like, am I tripping? But it's okay if he go and say, I'm a slap a bitch, I'm a kill a nigga, I'm a beat a hoe, I'm a stomp a bitch out,
right?
I'm a run up in your house.
If he came,
right? But it's okay. He do all of that. But the minute he say, I'm not with that, we cancel him. I don't like it. What you say? His new career is gonna be what? If he can't make it in a rap game,
I don't know what he gonna be doing. He ain't gonna be rapping. Yeah, he might be trying to go R&B. But even on the strength that if he did do all of that and then said, like, you know, he was having issues, mental health issues, we would never forget that. We would only focus on what his lack thereof or what he did or what he slipped on. And it's the same with this Naomi thing. Like, she's already put it out there and they're still focusing on something, like finding something that is dear to her. And I'm just trying to bring it back because that's just where we're at. We cancel you again.
Do we leave you with this black eye, like this black star?
Yeah,
now that
for whatever you do.
Will Simone Biles forever have this? Like,
because she dropped out. Because she, I'm sorry, I hate that. Whoa. Because she threw in the towel.
Be careful. Be
right?
careful.
Or even my lady from my girl, the Olympics, that because she smoked weed. Like, will we ever...
Shakira, yeah.
Yeah, will we ever, like, forgive and forget? Sure. That's what we don't do. We just don't know how to move the fuck on sometimes. And I think this example with Naomi and this reporter is a prime example. Move the fuck on, y'all. Move on. Move on. Like, I'm learning that just in so many, just in life. Just sometimes you gotta just let shit be. Move on. It is what it is. Why she did what she did. She said what she said.
That? Like, why? But then as people, we want people to forgive us.
Exactly.
And
we want all the grace.
Our mistakes. But the moment that someone says, I can't.
Or I did this, or they messed up, or it's like forever overhead. So hopefully they will get past this and let this baby be. Or like you said, unfortunately, we're going to see a situation where she probably going to say, fuck tennis. I'm done with this. So much pressure. I keep breaking down. Like, that's mental health. Like, she's not going to keep going through the same shit. Like, if she feels like I'm already too dealing with this, and now it's even people, now by me admitting and saying it, I'm getting more. You know, she's probably going to just throw in the towel. That's what we don't want. We don't want her talent to be, you know, thrown away because media or whatever the pressures may be. So quit canceling people. Let's stop with the cancel. Let's stop with the kick down.
Let's add the grace culture.
Let's add the grace culture. Let's add the love culture. Let's add the build you up.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Help a person out. Pay for somebody's food, coffee.
Yeah,
you know,
do all of that. Hug somebody if they need a hug. Like,
say hi to your neighbor.
Yeah.
We've lost that art because I can't tell you who mine are.
That's sad. That's so sad.
Being honest.
Go say hi to your neighbor, people. Go just give somebody a smile because they might just be a second away from a teardrop, and your smile could have changed all of that. So yeah. So shout out to Naomi. We still rooting for you. Good luck. Hope your mental gets right soon and very soon.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to take a quick break.
Yeah.
Get a drink.
Let's take a break.
Come back. Get into it with us because it's about to get juicy. No, it is. It is. We went from sweet to juicy.
It's about to get juicy. Stop. All right, y'all take a break. Where are you at today?
Taking a break.
Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, man. It's second half of our show. We talk sports and football, so let's get a little foolery and some news. What's happening?
Man, I thought it was crazy that the New Zealand's prime minister is shutting down her country because one person has COVID. One. She's shutting down her country for 3 days. Where the gentleman stayed, that is going to be off-sectioned for 10 days. But just because one person, not even the variant, has COVID, New Zealand, you will not be able to enter in or enter out because she is taking severe precautions. So this is Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, said, not here. Not today, Satan. Not today.
Listen, COVID.
So I thought that was like, extreme. Okay.
COVID's still wreaking havoc, y'all. It is. It is. The first COVID, the second COVID, the third, all the COVIDs. They still wreaking havoc. It's still happening out here.
I told you COVID-23 is coming. We will get there.
It is
Let me find the movie that has that COVID-23 in it. I'm going to watch it tonight.
It might be. COVID been around. It's been on the back of bottles and stuff. It's mutilated. It's just COVID is here. It's here. I don't know if it's going nowhere. I mean, you got things from like people were talking about going back to not shutting down, but I hear churches are going back to coming back from in person back to virtual because there's so much of the unknown that's still out there. Like, what will holidays look like? You know, are we able to plan anymore due to COVID? Damn, COVID.
I just think there's just so much to confusion.
So much confusion
with COVID. Was in other news too, like the governor of Texas, Governor Abbott got it.
No symptoms, nothing.
He's been tested every day.
Every day. No symptoms, hadn't been around people, any of that. So I don't blame this president. I mean, just shut it down. If you can make the call, shut it down for a minute. Because if it's only one, well, listen.
One.
Yes.
One.
Get a hold of it.
One.
You get a hold of the one.
I'm going to shut.
You get a hold of the one before the one has tripled, quadrupled, faluba-da-duple, whatever it
That's
is.
insane.
No, one turns into 100, turns into 1,000, turns into 100,000.
You know what happens? Then the whole damn race should be infected. When is that going to happen?
Don't be mad at her. She said, no, I got the juice.
Infected?
I got the juice. I can shut this shit down. And she's shutting that shit down. It does seem a little outrageous.
We got governors over here who's been fully vaccinated. Who has it? Governors, by the way, Abbott, he's the one that issued the no mask mandate and threatened the schools who require their kids for wearing masks.
And now he got it.
He don't care. That's what he's trying to prove a point. That's what I think it is.
He's like, I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna kick it, and it's gonna be nothing. Like that's really
and guess what? It's gonna give him some more fuel
to why. Yep.
Yes.
Let us all get it. Just let everyone get it. That's probably what he's gonna be screaming. Yeah, it's crazy. And then what? There's a new variant, like, right?
I don't even know. I thought
Delta
117 was like gonna be the top variant, and now there's so many
things like Delta 227 or some shit. Like it's a whole bunch of different numbers, and like I can't, because I think Dr. Fauci or Fuji, I always call him Fuji. He introduced the new variant. So I'm like, yeah, we can't keep up. How is the testing keeping up with the new, like, I'm tired of talking about it, but it's just still, I guess for me, so
it's like, do you wear a mask? Do I not wear a mask? Do I go in here with a mask? Okay. No. Now you looking at me crazy because I got a mask on because I'm trying to protect myself. Like
some of y'all got masks on, like, you know, some of the waitresses do, some of the waitresses don't, like people behind the counter do, but the servers don't, the cooks don't. Like I don't, who's got to wear it, who doesn't? Like it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I really do think that a lot of more people are looking at, like, you know, as schools are opening back, like that's a big thing. Like the kids wearing masks, kids getting tests. Like now you got this rapid testing. Well, not now, it's been around, but I haven't questioned some of these tests. Like, you just doing it to say I did it?
The fidelity
put some water in you
of the tests have been in question too.
Exactly.
And so that's another thing.
Whole nother thing.
The things that make you say,
They make you say,
when it comes to COVID-19.
I know. What else is happening in the news world? I mean, I know you about to bring it. What's happening over there with the Taliban?
Oh, man. Nah, Biden getting some flack for pulling out all the American troops out of Afghanistan. Well, I mean, the final call. The final, like, we got a plan. I think, Barack tried it. They gave him grief about it. And Biden came in like, no. It's time. I think Trump kept it going in his era. But now it's time, and so what happened is...
Let's give the full story of what's going on over there when we talking about pull them out.
Yeah, so over the past 20 years, the United States has been helping fight a battle in Afghanistan against the Taliban.
Yeah.
The Taliban is almost like in a coup who's trying to come and overthrow the government there.
Gang, y'all.
Complete chaos. Now, there's some deeply rooted things of why the U.S. is there. I'm not going to go into that. There's oil and money. You're going to have to do the research. I will tell you.
Stay woke.
A couple of videos, Kingdom and other stuff.
Stay woke.
Just stay woke. You're going to have to go do your research. But in a nutshell, we've been fighting a 20-year war, and we have been pumping billions.
Bill tickets.
Into their economy. We have also even tried to restructure their infrastructure when it comes to their voting, presidency, their, the legal system. So
rights, women's rights,
women's rights. And right now, we've just been fighting a war.
Yeah.
And so it's under this administration where it has started, where Biden has finally said there is no need for us to continue to fight and fund this war. And so he ordered for his troops to pull out. And they have been doing this gradually over time. But as of right now, the Taliban's U.S. troops are no longer there. We have 15,000 U.S. citizens that are there that need to be evacuated.
Yeah.
But the Taliban has taken over. And they have stated that they will not hurt women or children, but video that's on the ground has stated otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
And Biden has been vocal that Afghanistan government gave up the fight. And it's so sad because now you have China and Russia that are weighing in on the subject, making it seem like this is just us.
Right.
Honestly, this is a United Nations, this is not just a U.S. problem. This is a world problem.
Right.
But again, there's some deeply rooted history here of why this even fight began. But 20-year war has come to an end. And we'll see if Biden is going to be able to survive this because it's not looking good.
Yeah, because I'm taking them out. Are they going to have to eventually go back?
That would be
the way things are looking.
Right.
I can't believe it. They said the Taliban then took over one city at a time. They have taken over. And, that was my question. Wow, what have we been doing all this time over there? But understanding that we have been pulling back and pulling out the troops little by little. So our prayers are there. And the rights that are being reversed, they move forward so much and progress specifically around the women's rights. But now they're saying nope, women can't go to work. Women can't go to school. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, and I hate to see that over there, but you are right. Is it just our fight? We can't just show up to fight, and you ain't fighting, and it's your country and your people, Yeah, but I'm with you. I think Biden is going to get a lot of, they're going to give it to him about this one. This might take him out.
At the end of the day, it's more of the humanitarian issue, right? What are we doing to protect the people, the women, the children, who should not be a part of this, and us as a nation? Do we just sit on the on the wayside and let this happen? Because those are lives, those are kids,
lives, those are human beings,
women, and even men. I'm not gonna leave them out of the situation. So, crazy. We'll see how this unfolds.
We will. Well, in other Biden news, so the Biden administration decided to make a historic move. By increasing EBT benefits. Yeah. So they said this will now be the largest amount in history This October, they increased it by 27%. So individuals receiving SNAP and EBT benefits now go up as an individual from $120 to just around $170.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and
Makes
he
sense.
said it. He said if you look at, inflation, if you look at what it is for a family of like 4 to have a healthy, good diet and yeah, I agree with it. I think it needs to be increased. But I just, I want to ask some questions here. What does that mean for us as they continue to throw in all this money into, supports and benefits, which, I'm not knocking it. I think it's great. What does that mean for the future?
Are you asking?
I am.
Well,
what do you think's happening here? Is there some...
No, I think the government is making people more dependent on benefits. You're starting to see it with the family child care tax credit. Like if we give your payments throughout the year, just in case of a day, if we ever have to go to a universal income, I think we are seeing ways of how that they can roll it out.
You're not just gonna slop it. You're gonna just say that. Just keep it moving.
Universal income, and I'm not no conspiracy theorist, but I do believe as we approach, technically we're in the next revolution, the AI revolution. You're going to start to see jobs eliminated. And so what happens to those people whose jobs are eliminated? And we're not talking about the thousands, the millions when we get technology up and running. And so I feel like common sense is, as a nation, we would never let anybody starve. And so you come to a grips of universal income. And once I give you universal income, I control how you move, what you do, how you do it. And so I could be wrong, you guys. Don't listen to me. I'm just hypothetically speaking. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things that they are rolling out to test to see what will survive and what won't.
100. I am 100%, not just because you're my co-host and we have some common thoughts, but I am 100% in agreement with that. I definitely think even going back to the pandemic and the shutdown, the government is up to some shit. They are
know what to do.
Things.
They can operate.
They're trying some things out. Yep.
In the event of a pandemic, if I need to, they we've talked about it. They said this shutdown has caused us, just in that year span, it has pushed us 10 years further into the future.
10 years.
10 years.
Yep. I think we talked about this a little bit.
Dog years. No, really, when you talk about 10 years further than where we need it to be. So I think we're going to start to see things rapidly change before our eyes. And just hold on. I know we talk about the Alexas. Everybody ain't with the Alexas. Well, I'm like the Alexa next door, behind me, in front of me is listening. Your 5G towers is listening. There's some things that, what can you do? What can you do?
Yeah, we're definitely moving towards something. We are, because all of the increasing, all of the more money.
When you go to the airport, we ain't too far off from the chip in the hand, y'all. We ain't too far off. You see the biometrics at the airport now? That you can go in and just get your retina scan. That has, I know not our airport, but I think it's Kansas airport. You don't even need a boarding pass no more. They just swiping your ID and pulling up all your information and encouraging you to use the biometric readers. What is going on?
Yeah, that's just some of it. You're right.
And it's happening right now. I can't make this up. Right now.
I think when we look back at this and we talk about going back to the EBT and the increasing, I too do believe it is for us to become more dependent. And it's going to get to this, I hate it, but I do see a universal type of income coming in. I see it. I think that it's been tested when you started getting your first, your second, and your third stimulus checks. I think it's being tested when you know, what happened, like all kids got increased that was already receiving SNAP benefits. We'll increase that over the summer. So now we can guide you through the summer, right? Get you through your summer food and meals. I think that they are testing so many things.
What's so crazy is the way that they are testing as if we have a surplus, and we don't. We are in trillions dollar worth of debt. And so there is never an environment where you can just test something out with dollars without that debt or responsibility to be passed on to someone else.
Like, we got to pay somebody back at some time.
There is no surplus. And I'd rather, if there is a surplus in the economy right now, then we need to slow down. And that is what's happening, you guys. If you look at the monthly jobs report, our economy is surging. Increasing inflation. Surging, increasing inflation, and we keep pumping dollars into a surging economy. That's like economics 101. Like, you would want to pause. And not in a surging economy. You usually infuse money into an economy that's not. And so,
ass backwards.
Yeah, we're going to get off of that one.
Yeah, I'm interested to see it. Shout out to Surge. You remember the soda Surge? Back in the day.
I do.
Remember, they was trying to say it was knocking out dudes' sperm count.
Girl,
that's what they said to kids. I thought it was worldwide. And it was like they had to take Surge out the show because it was decreasing the sperm count. Look it up. I just thought that was a thing. But shout out to old school Surge. It had a nice little flavor to it. It was better than Mountain Dew. Random. Some of you probably don't let that go over your head. Some of y'all probably don't even like Surge. What it is. Google it.
That's like when Pepsi was clear.
They did have it clear.
Pepsi was clear, man.
Did Madonna introduce that? Somebody came out on the Super Bowl and
Pepsi was clear once upon a time, y'all.
It never lasted, folks. It never lasted. Pepsi is not made to be clear.
All things black is better.
And you feel me? You did.
That's what he said.
I cannot. Let's get into a little. Speaking of that, now let's get into a little foolery. So the craziest shit I've heard, and this is not what the fuck, because we got a good what the fuck today, but this was almost borderline. Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce, plans to run for governor.
Oh my gosh.
But why? But peep how crazier it even gets.
Why?
Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce, is not only planning to run for the governor of California, but claims if I run and win, or when I win, that she's going to continue to build the wall. And by wall, yes, I mean the same wall
that Trump,
that Donald
supports.
Said he started. I think it's still up. And is it still up? Like they probably still got it.
Caitlyn got her nerve.
Said she's going to continue to build the wall to help with keep the immigrants out of the U.S. And she plans to do it with state dollars. When she gets into...
Now, didn't Caitlyn marry a Kardashian who is Armenian?
Very
have
true.
Some...
Very true. Point.
So you was married to a woman who my family migrated.
Point. That's excellent.
And you want to keep the
point.
Immigrants out with your girl at
Excellent
that time. Family wasn't... Okay.
So many things that got me just like, if you don't sit your ass down, Caitlyn. First and foremost.
Bruce.
Let
me not do that, Caitlyn.
Okay. Respected. I guess people have rights. Caitlyn, if you don't knock it off, like, who in the hell told you that you were qualified, one, to be a governor of a state? Two, who in the hell told you that you were qualified to be a governor? How is what are we talking about? I thought this was a prank, or like, is they punking, or they just ha ha ha. This is a true story.
And here's the scary thing about it is he might win.
Stop.
He might win.
Don't do that.
He might win. No, that is the scary. I mean, gay to be transgender, pansexual, gay, anything but heterosexual, he might got a chance.
Bruce,
he might use his privilege.
Nah, Bruce, you wasn't trying to do that when you was Bruce. This is what I'm saying. Like, who would... Donald just gave everybody this little piece of hope. I think Donald put it in you can do and be whatever, which you really can. You really can.
Say whatever.
But you gonna jump off the gate and say, and when I get in office, I'm gonna continue building on the wall? Like, how not? I was just so disgusted by this whole story. One, that Caitlyn thinks that she can be a governor. Two, that you want to continue building on her wall. Three, you think the state dollars are going to pay for it. Four, that you just got the audacity to be running for office. Like, go back to running track. You run track, not for office. Right? Wasn't he runner? Or I don't even know. He was something.
Caitlyn. Caitlyn might not run track. Caitlyn might not have never wanted to run track and been forced to run track because of her male capabilities provided her the ability to run track at a fast speed.
My bad, Bruce. Or Caitlyn. My bad.
Caitlyn?
Whatever.
You better put some respect on her.
All right, Caitlyn. But this story was just so crazy. So I'm not ending this with like good luck. I don't want you to win that. Not good luck for me. Sit your ass down is what I'm screaming to you.
And I don't think building the wall is the end all be all solution.
It's not an answer.
I think that we need to figure it out, but it's not that wall. We need to figure out how to stop or prevent people to coming, or to figure out why are people flooding to our borders at an enormous rate. Like, that's what we need to start to address.
Yeah, and I'm with you.
This task has been tasked to our VP. You know, I haven't heard anything about what our VP has been doing in office yet. Not even past 100 days, right? Like, I mean, this was one of her tasks, was to figure out, what's going on at the border.
Yeah.
And they're saying the border is at the brinks of collapsing.
I know.
The brinks of collapsing. I mean, months ago, we was watching a video of them throwing a baby over the wall.
I know. I remember that.
And so that's still a real thing. And so why are people flooding to, our land? And that's a question.
Yeah. Good stuff. You're right. So I guess shout out Caleb for bringing that back to the attention, because you are right. I think sometimes we forget about so many other issues that are still at hand that still need to be figured out, and that is definitely one. So, all right, Caitlin. All right, thanks for putting it back on the radar.
Building the wall ain't the solution.
Putting it back on the radar, but it's definitely not the solution.
Why somebody is coming over.
Yeah, and we definitely don't want you to continue building on that. Okay, like stop it, cut it out. So in some other foolery, let's switch games to the hip hop world. So Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty, are being sued. And not just sued by anyone, folks. Being sued by the young lady, the Nicholas, is being charged or accused of raping in 1992. So the young lady is saying, or she's a woman, I think she's like 42, that Nicki and Kenneth have been intimidating her, harassing her, have been bullying, emotional distress, witness intimidation, assault, and battery. I'm basically trying to get her to shut up and not talk in public or speak about the charges or the certain incident where she's claiming that Nicki's now husband raped her.
But crazy thing here is, word has been chatting. Nicki has been distancing herself from this guy. Her husband even changing her name, sort of limiting the amount of pictures. And I think I don't know if we talked about this off scenes, but I read that young lady's full story of this gentleman, of Nicki Minaj's husband. And nor am I going to say is it right or wrong, but I mean, as a woman, to read what she read, it's quite hard to believe that it didn't happen.
It did. She's so
like
graphic
that would
with it.
be so graphic, and they were so young too.
They
and
were
I think
so
that
young.
We need to also give grace. That what was she, 14, 16?
16, yeah.
And just give grace that this stuff is so. It is old, and I'm not gonna say anything or condone that this is
not
right.
At all.
But we do need to understand that these were kids.
These were kids. He was young. These were kids. So. But it, again, not right at all.
Right.
But because her story, you were so right. I was like, graphic. Like.
So I would sue the hell out of you too. You ain't gonna intimidate me from speaking the truth. And so now I wonder why, if Nicki is distancing herself, is because there's some truth coming out in the story.
You know, real
she
talk.
went back. She went hard for her husband.
She did.
Went hard.
But real talk, I always think that Nikki knew that there was some truth to it, because Nikki wasn't really saying it didn't happen. She was just saying he was young. This was her age. She was trying to give more of what you just said.
I thought she was trying to say it was consensual. Like
she definitely did. She tried to say some of that. So I don't know if that's her saying, nah, it didn't happen. I think it's just her trying to give some validity of why it happened. But yeah, the distance thing I always think about, is that a publicist move? Is that let me 82 fake y'all, but real talk, that's still her dude. He had to have because I have been seeing her distancing and trying not to really post as much.
And I wonder, did he tell her he had to register as a sex offender? Because this would have been swept under the rug, y'all.
Had he just did
if he just registered when he got to California. So now I'm like, did you even tell her that this was a part of your plea agreement that you took, that anywhere you go, you have to register? Because it almost seemed like she was caught off guard.
Yeah, she was.
And
didn't know.
You brought
this
all
is the
of this on
This is the woman right here who is saying that she was raped by. I'm sorry. She said she was raped by him, and who is now saying that she has been. She's pressing charges and suing the couple jointly now due to intimidation and some other things. So, again, she has the right to speak on it. I don't believe in bullying or any of that. To me, Nikki, you got to let the law prevail. The man got to go. He got to do whatever he has to do. Like you said, if he would have just registered, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. I don't think we would be talking about this. So that's a slip up on him. He got too excited. Too following that thing. Got too excited. You know what I'm saying? Power of the P-U-S-S-Y. You dig? That's what we always say.
The what?
The P-U-S-S-Y.
So
hopefully
really
this.
So. Yeah. Because that almost wants to make me, have you go on to touch on that next topic, the power of the P-U-S-S-Y.
This brings us to
I want to know, do you got to share it?
Yes,
do you have to?
Yes, y'all.
Take me there, man.
So here is our what the fuck moment.
Take me.
So let's start with the video first. So we're going to share a video with you. Let me just give you a heads up. It may be too real for some. And it may be just too fucking felonious for others, right? But at the end of the day. You like it?
Felonious.
At the end of the day, check this out, and then we're going to talk about it. We're introducing our what the fuck
on this
moment.
Planet than
men. Let's.
In the United States, we have about a quarter of our population in jail. Another quarter of our population identifies as LGBTQ. So, with that being said, it is a nigga shortage out here. There's a shortage of available good niggas out here. So, for all you bitches that think you deserve your own nigga, like your own personal nigga, like that's only yours. Okay, some women that do. But are you that bitch? What do you bring to the table and make you think you deserve your own nigga and it's a nigga shortage? Sis, grow up. You gonna have to share that nigga. That's our nigga.
Hey, you! But can we just take note that she was in the gym?
She was in the gym getting down.
To do what she needed to do for who she needed to do it for. Because that's our man, sis.
Okay.
That's
our
man.
First of all, grow up, sis, because that's our man.
No, it ain't.
No,
it better not be.
What the fuck, folks? So here we are. Here we are in 2021. And we got this beautiful sister on the treadmill saying, listen,
she got
the audacity for you to think that you got enough going on to just have him be yours.
Because there's a shortage of niggas. They in jail.
They're tipping and tapping in the car like Baby shot it out. They're not available.
Good men are taken.
Right? So good men are hard to find. So because of that shortage, sis, you got to grow up and share him. He's ours, not yours. That's our guy.
So what y'all didn't hear, I want to say this. No, he's not ours. You better go get you somebody else and you're a man with your girl.
What the fuck?
No. What you guys didn't hear on that side, and I do feel like there were some valid points in there. What the guy said was well, she has a point. And here's why. If your woman isn't treating you like an alpha male, there's a problem, and this is where it becomes our man. And I hear him. I hear him. And what I mean by that, if your woman ain't saying, "Hey, babe, I know you got 10 bitches out there lined up for you, and I'm not cooking, spreading, cleaning, taking care of your house and looking good,
boosting your ego, rubbing your shoulders,
you gonna be an R man." But if I'm doing all of those things and more, because baby, I'm motivating you to reach for the stars and beyond, I ain't sharing.
Yeah, then you don't have to share.
Not sharing.
Then you don't have to share. And it picks some questions here. First of all, what the fuck? I'm not sharing shit. Let's just be clear. So if I'm not satisfying check marking in all them boxes, you go on and get with the get-ons, because I'm not sharing the motherfucking thing. I will be single and I will be mingling dolo before I share. Because here's the thing, like I've heard this before, like, men, you know, we're supposed to have multiple women, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, if that's the case, like we've said, every single one of them women better be taken care of to the T. And that's not what's happening. So you want to condone and say that you got to share me, but what you doing for all them women? So that's one argument. But to your point, I totally agree that we, you know, women do, not women, but anyone in a relationship should step it up and keep it up. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
You do have to do some things to make sure that you keep your mate, right? Because she's right. It's a shortage. And it's a bride waiting around the corner to snap quick.
You see what she was doing?
Quick
she
look.
was in the gym, ready to take your nigga.
Keeping it
ready to take him. Ready. So guess what, ladies? Y'all better get the squatting it out in there.
But the sad part is that she is one of probably many. Like, it's probably a lot of people that are. The most ever, and I don't know if it's just talked about, I know people and friends of friends that are in relationships with 3, right? Like 2 women and a man. It's typically what it always is. I've very rarely seen 2 men and women.
Poly relationship.
Right. And so it's a lot of that going on. So it makes me think, are we settling? Are women are they thinking like her? Like, yeah, I do gotta share. Yeah, I'll just keep them satisfied on the weekends. You know, are we going to our scissor state of mind? Like,
I think that is 100% where we are at.
That's
100% that there are so
down.
many women that are settling for the next bitch's man.
And creeping and scheming and trying to get the next bitch's man.
And it's okay with it. It's like, you know, I had an uncle that told me, like, listen, man, you can only throw a steak in front of a dog so many times before his natural instinct comes out to bite the steak. Right? Like, I'm gonna eat the steak because I'm a dog. I'm a dog, and that's what I do.
If she keep throwing it,
you keep throwing it at me, I'm a dog. So, yeah.
Yo, that is crazy, the type of world we are in. That even women, I mean, because I'm sure this woman, it would probably be cool. Like, yeah, go on home to your lady. Go on home to your wife. I'll see you next week. You know, like those, like, no. And maybe it's always been happening, but now it's just like on the front, and women have no problem with actually admitting and being like, yeah, I'm number 2. Number 3.
I think women are satisfied with that now. I think the time of intimacy is changing. I don't think people are holding marriage sacred as they should. It's more of, let me do what works best for me. And today, if I want to be with 2 girls today and you in a polygamy relationship, I can. And tomorrow I can be in a heterosexual relationship. And it is, I feel like, here are the times that we are moving towards that I just want a partner. We don't even gotta be married. You know, I feel like that is just more of what it is. I can't tell you how many times that, like, I've talked to a guy or, you know, just trying to figure out, like, who he is. And he like, dang, I'm talking to 3, 4 women.
That's so crazy.
That's just what it is. Like,
and
I got
so
many women that are after me. Like, I don't even know how to turn them down.
Wow.
Like, dang, y'all got that issues like that? But they do. They do.
And that's just crazy because if you really think of it, I really do think it's, I don't know, shortage, but I think that we definitely outnumber men.
100%.
We outnumber males. And so I do believe that it's like, you know, some of what she's saying is real. There's a shortage, but I cannot get down with the thought of you just being 1000% okay with being like, yeah, he's ours. Hey girl, how you doing? He over there? What you, okay, can you tell him to call me? Like, nah, and again, I might be making it a little childish. I'm sure it's not to that extreme because this woman looked like she was well, you know, I mean, not trying to age her out, but she looked like she was over 40.
She want to call our man on your phone to get to you and you tell her where y'all man is at. Nah, she want to do that. Wow. She want to call you and have a conversation to see if Tim is over there.
But then it's the other part of it too, the pressure it puts on women to be perfect. The pressure it puts on us to hear stuff like this, because what you didn't hear was the guy that was actually doing the show. He's talked about it. He said, well, yeah, you do. You do got to make sure I get a hot meal. You got to step it up. You do got to stay in the gym.
But what is the, you do got to didn't say what the man has to do to make your wife even want to step it up. Are you
That's what I started off with. What are you doing?
Being a great father?
And are we all good?
Are you helping clean?
Right.
Too? Are you? How
is all three of us solid?
What's your 50? What's your 50?
You feel me?
What's your?
No, ain't no 50. What's your? I mean, because you talk about 3, 2 plus more women. What is your What are you giving to all of us? Equally.
Oh.
How are we all being equally satisfied to even wanting to continue to show up for you and want to continue to give you our best? What are you doing for 3 women? What the fuck you doing for 3 women?
That's almost like, sorry, I'm going somewhere totally. Follow me here. You talking about how can you love 3 women? How can you love 7 kids?
Stop. Did you say how can you love 7 kids?
Like equally. Equally, right? No, you touched the nerve here because women need love too, but the kids need the love, y'all. Kids.
So, what I'm hearing you saying is an individual that possibly has over a starting 5. How do you equally distribute your love to your kids?
How do you do that? I have a question for Cannon.
That's a good question.
Money doesn't buy love.
How many kids does Cannon got?
I think he got like 7 of them by like 5 or 4 different baby mamas. And so, money doesn't always buy love. Like that kid wants to see his daddy probably all the time and mommy all the time, right? And so I just want to know, like, how do you equally divide and share your love with children in different places, with women in the same place, without it feeling like, because I guarantee you, ask a family of 3 with 3 kids. Ask one of those kids, did your mama have a favorite? And guess what? All of those kids' mama had a favorite. Yes, she did. And that's going to tell you, like, a kid probably felt that you might have loved another kid more than the next. And as people, we connect, and there is nothing wrong with having when you connect and have a different relationship with your kids, because every one of them is different. But politically correct, you very rarely gonna get a parent to be like, oh, I love this one more. Oh no, or this one's my favorite. No, that's not what's gonna happen. Like they're going to say they're all my favorite. Now you got a lot of kids out here. I don't know parents now that are just calling it what it is.
Like I can't stand this one. Like we just don't click. I have heard that. You are right. We have heard.
Even at a young age, the girl be like 11 and the mama be like, I can't stand that.
She's not my cup. You are so right. That's crazy.
Really?
You
can't stand them? We're talking about love here.
Yeah, that's hard. Well, yeah, that's a good question. But back to the man and woman, yeah, I don't know how you're going to give equal love to 3 women. I just think that would be hard. And again, we sharing you better be showing the fuck up in so many different ways. We better all have a house. We better all have nice cars. We better all have money in our bank account. Bills better all be paid. And that's what I don't think can happen. And so you can't expect to be shared and have multiple women if you can't even take the job of making sure all of them women are taken care of. So that's why old girl was crazy. I'm like, where are our standards at? Because if you sharing them, you accepting whatever little piece of him you get. That's just a non-negotiable for me. Like, nah, I need you all full
the whole
in effect.
Cake.
All of it. All of it. Yeah. So that's our what the fuck moment, folks. Like, definitely chime in. Tell us what you think. Like, is that where we at, y'all? We just gotta share. It's just what we gotta do, and we just gotta shut up about it. Grow up, sis. Right. I think was her words.
Ladies, are we sharing? And men, is that what we have to do? Is that what we have to do?
If you want a good nigga, is that what you saying?
If you want a good like an alpha male,
you gotta share me.
And if I ain't treating you like an alpha male, I'm in trouble. Okay, I'm with it or not.
Yeah.
I know like our show is coming to the end, and before we get into your fashion, but we did want to take a time just to pray for the families and the victims of the earthquake, the 7.2 magnitude earthquake that happened in Haiti over the weekend. Right now we have a death toll of 1,400 people and 6,000 people have been injured. And so Haiti has gone through a devastation not too long ago.
Yeah.
In all actuality. And then on top of that, they've been hit with a tropical storm that moved in on Monday. And so we just definitely want to, send prayers. If you have the means to give if you can. These are our people, and we must do what we need to do.
Yeah.
Crazy thing, and I just wonder, does this have to do with global warming as storms are picking up and the intensity of the storms are increasing? But they said that earthquake was felt all the way to Jamaica.
Oh no.
All the way to Jamaica.
No, that's crazy.
Just the magnitude of it. And so, like, what's going on, y'all? We got to wake up. For those that don't believe in global warming, I'm a firm believer that it is here. They just released a stat that said July was the hottest month on record that has ever been recorded for the world. Was up one Celsius point, like, of the world. And so things are melting at a rapid pace. Storms are intensifying. Just be on the lookout. Do your part. Do your part as people. Do your part.
We have an obligation
to our planet.
To our planet. Yep. We live here. We're free to be here. Do your part, because it's real. It's very much real. Because
if we don't, the planet will correct itself.
And I'm always amazed and at awe at how the planet works and how this is such a beautiful thing, but then to see how we treat our planet, how we I can't stand a person that's so small that litter. I can't stand a person that throws something out there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I can't stand it. Like, those small things, I done went to paper straws. I done crossed over, just trying to do some different
things. Denver in here, we had a 10-cent bag policy.
Yeah.
It's not enough. the state needs to just come down and just mandate it.
Yeah.
We just got to do more. But I think some of the devastating news, they said if we were to stop all emissions today.
Emissions is so awful.
It would take over 500 years. That means everything would have to stop. Not a car, not a nothing for it to clear in our atmosphere. 500 years. So that should just give you some insight of the amount of pollutions that we are putting in our air. And that number is growing every year.
So. It's the small things too. Like, sometimes I always hear people like, that ain't doing nothing, but it really is. Sometimes it's just those baby small steps.
When a hurricane hit Denver, and we wonder like how the heck
did that happen? I will say this, as far as the pollution in the cars, they're gonna have to come down on the prices, because I feel like people will be switching over. But Tesla's like, y'all gonna have to come down. You're gonna have to come down if you want the world to make that change and that adjustment. You're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to make those a little bit lesser price, because it's like we can't afford it. Like, this shit.
You want cars that go battery? What does that do for that
old
money?
I kind of want a little Jetson.
You got a lot of new money.
I want to do with
that old money though, that oil money.
I don't want to be on the street. Bring me up. Beam me up. I want to beam up. I want to, that's where I'm trying to go. It 10
is. Years,
I'm excited about it.
I'm just going to get it. I'm going to slide in, y'all. I'm going to glide in my car and sit in the back, and it's going to do what I need it to do, just like that.
Just get a budget friendly one. That's all I'm asking. Get a budget friendly one. Maybe make them where we can rent them. Drop them off, you feel me? Let me get it for the week. Drop it off. Yeah, car share. Let's get this is where we at. Hold up, Hillary. This is where we at.
Wait a minute.
Budget friendly.
Is it out there?
Let me pick you up.
Is there the car share where we can share the cars and split the payment?
Well, they got the little drop off, little baby
but share the car and split the payment.
We can make it work.
4-5 people car share.
I got a schedule. You got a schedule.
There it is. And I'll come and get your
Cause I want to fuck with it, but it gotta be budget friendly. I can't.
Y'all heard it here first.
We did
Y'all
that.
heard it here first.
You're welcome.
You can't take it. You can't take it. Car chair coming shoom.
I like shoes.
Shoom. Car chair coming shoom.
Shoom your ass away. You got it. That's so dope. All right, y'all. Well, before we get out of here, you already know what it is. We always have to make sure that we bring you the latest in fashion with our fashion segment. This is a time where we choose to pick what's hot, whether it's a trend, whether it's a person, whether it's, a color, whatever it may be, just what's hot in the new fashion world, or not new fashion world, but in the current fashion world. So a few weeks back, mid-July, there was the introduction of the new Space Jam. I think LeBron James is starring at Space Jam, A New Legacy. And if you know about Space Jam, if you from our era, then you know about Space Jam. With originals with Michael Jordan, Looney Tunes. So he came out and redid it. So not too long ago, a few weeks back, they did a red carpet event. And there was some major dope fashion, specifically LeBron James and his beautiful, lovely wife, Savannah James. Stunted on him. Again, this is his debut movie feature, and so
I love the green dress.
The green is where I'm going. Listen here,
go
folks.
big and go bold.
If you didn't know, I don't know where you've been, I don't know what rock you're under, but lime green, neon, highlighter green, whatever you want to call it, has been the it color. So I'm highlighting this event and some of the fashion, but I really want to pay attention to Savannah's green dress. Amazing. She made green look good. Again, green is like the it color. It just, green has always been a good color, but then it just came out. And so, there's all kind of from the new green, everybody wearing like the see-through green stuff, where you put your little see-through over.
Now don't go ratchet green.
But this has been, I've seen this a lot, whether it's shorts or a long dress, it's the green. It's
because you go to Miami, you see it in the hair. You see everywhere.
Green
so
everywhere.
You can
green
do it
toes.
right or you can do it wrong.
Very true.
Do it right like
subtle.
Savannah.
Yeah, do it like Savannah. This ain't bad, but this is a beach cover up, but I'm sure this was more worn in her day-to-day duties.
Oh, okay.
But it's so good. Yeah, she's solid with it. And then there's of course all the green two pieces. So I've seen green caprice fits. I've seen green little highlighter leggings and two pieces and one piece.
Was that the lime green party?
Yeah, that's a little lime green posse. Hey, just showing you how to do it right. I love how girl in the second one has her little white tennis shoes because that white green little contrast is beautiful together.
Or color block it. I would love to.
And so there is from the red carpet, the actress Zendaya. Is that how you say her name? Zendaya, yeah. She didn't do like full green, but she had green in this suit. But I thought this was a good way to show how you can color block with that green, yellow. She did it with purple and pink. This little suit was jamming too. But yeah, lime green is like a it color, and Savannah did it so right. And even from the shoes, right? Like, everywhere I turn, I'm seeing lime green socks. I'm seeing lime green Crocs. I'm seeing lime green. Here you got some Air Maxes. The lime green heels is like taking over. Everybody is in a lime green. And I don't know if this is really lime green more than it's, like I said, neon highlighter green. But it's a very popping color, and people are doing it right. You can miss this, but a lot of people are hitting it properly. But again, Savannah did it for me. I think she shut it down. Yeah. So shout out to LeBron, Space Jam, their whole little family. There's a picture with them and their daughter. Such a cutie with all that hair. But just a cute family. And then LeBron did it right. I think if you're going to do a lime green, match your girl, that navy blue with that lime green, looking like the Seattle Seahawks. Ain't that their colors?
He said, let me come light you up.
Yeah, right. Very, very complimentary. They look amazing. So yeah, this is my fashion feature of the week. How to wear a nice neon cream and do it so classy and cute like Savannah. Oh, and I like this two-piece too. Yeah, exactly. You know, we used to be afraid of color. People used to run from color. We didn't like it bright. But now it's like bright is in.
Yes.
Anything bright, stand out, be bold.
But
I love it.
green on caramel skin.
Yeah.
I just want to let y'all look at it.
That
It's
skin,
doing something for me.
It does. And see, now this one was not the lime green, and so this lady's name is Maddie Ziegler. She's an actress and dancer.
Okay.
And this was just a two-piece.
Satin though, is that satin?
It's like a silky little short set, but even that green is good. Like green is really a good color, and I think so much it was always about army green because it's darker, but now the brights is all.
Let me tell you what other green is coming in. We emerald.
Emerald has
been.
It's very classy.
These are like both of my go-tos. My top is gonna be electric in an emerald green.
Yeah.
But then when fall comes, and give me that dark army green.
I love that army green. You can't never go wrong with an army. With that little orange. Woo! Get a little Timberland with it come fall.
Red,
but you are right. Emerald green is taking over. I've seen a lot of suits and pants fits with emerald. So yeah. So don't be scared, y'all. Wear some green. Tap into your green and things. Yeah, so shout out. We always bring you the latest fashion. Look for next week where we'll have another fashion tidbit. Hey.
I love it. I know that you probably shared those pictures with me earlier, but that was the emerald green.
Yes. This is a good example of emerald.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
Nice. I'm with it. Yeah, I'm all into the green team. Green team. Money, green team.
Yeah, like I was saying, I got sort of distracted over there. No, I was shocked. I didn't know. I didn't look at any of those pictures prior. Didn't know where you were going with it. So
yeah,
good pick.
You like the green?
I did. I did.
You know, every now and then you got to mix it up, do a little color coordinating.
Okay. Color coordinate. That rabbit.
What is that? Rabbit? Velvet? You so funny. Shout out to John Witherspoon, who's RIP, right?
Yeah. Boomerang.
All right, so that's a wrap, man. Another good show. Again, y'all know we in full preseason, so come back next week. We'll be talking more football as we gear up into the actual regular season kickoff. This our year.
I think she's saying that for the Broncos.
No, I'm just saying this is our year.
Saying that for the Broncos.
This our year. I feel like football in itself is gonna be a good year. We got a good year of football. We got some good players. We got some good teams. Yeah, I'm excited about this year.
I am too. I'm excited about that kick ass we're gonna give y'all this year. Hopefully.
Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully.
I like that you got to put the hopefully
dancing.
Do we want to make
homie over here?
We might want to make
dancing
a
my home.
Put your money where your mouth is. Do you want to? People, do y'all want to see this? Because I'll take your little money. Do you want me to take your little money?
You can take my money because it ain't going to be taken out today.
You want to put your money? Okay, so we got a bet. Y'all heard it right here on the FFX.
We getting the one
August 17th. August 17th, today.
Oh, okay.
This bet is made that you're saying you're gonna get one game.
Yep. In the regular season, we see yep.
Okay. And so we'll put what? What you want to put on there?
Oh, you want me to go?
If you get a regular
air the
season,
dirty business?
Yeah. No, because I'm gonna do it real. If you don't get that, you're all Chiefs attire.
Nigga, please.
Oh, you can't take that. Okay, well, I can take your money. Oh, you can't come in here all Chiefs attire.
No.
See, she ain't even a good sport. She talk that talk, folks. If you talking that talk, you should be like, I'm not gonna wear it, so it don't matter. No,
I'm not gonna wear it. You right. It don't matter. I ain't gonna wear it. Oh, Chiefs attire.
Losers. Well,
anyway, y'all.
We'll figure it out, y'all. We're gonna tell y'all next show what the bet is gonna be. I'm gonna think of something real good. Cause she always talking, but we gonna see. We're gonna see. Please. All right, until next time.
Strong
Make sure that y'all tune in. Our network. But she won't bet.
Sorry.
Our network every Tuesday. Yeah.
What's ours is yours. I don't know if we had some technical difficulties there. But anyway, y'all. Follow us. Catch us next Tuesday here on the AHRR Network. We out ya here.
Out of here. Holla. Have a great week. Peace.